That's the Ichigo Park. That's the faces Ichigo Park. I'll bet it's Adams Avenue. That I know it is. Anyway, it is 7:32 in the morning. 7:32 on a Saturday morning. It is Mexican Mother's Day, and again, I told you we're going to be celebrating at my house, but it doesn't matter. My mother-in-law is going to get all the presents. She's 99 years old, and she will be sitting there with a big smile on her face, thinking that it's her birthday, and nobody's going to tell her any different. Anyway, it's going to be a good day.
Have you checked out our website, KXORadio.com? News and information you can use, KXORadio.com. And of course, follow us on Facebook, KXO Radio Imperial Valley. Like us, follow us. We're on Facebook.
And Mexican Mother's Day today. It's May 10th. There are those, though, who are celebrating their birthdays. David Clennon, he was in 30-something. He's 82. Donovan, the Sunshine Superman guy, he's 79 today. Graham Gouldman of 10cc is 79. Dave Mason is 79. Sports anchor Chris Berman is, I think, has passed. Actor Bruce Penhall of Chips, he was the other guy with Ponzarelli. He was Ponzarelli's buddy. He's 68 today. Victoria Rowell of The Young and the Restless, 66. Singer Bono of U2, 65 today. Danny Carey of Tool is 64. I'd never heard of that group. Model Linda Evangelista, she's 60 years old today and still looking pretty good. Actor Eric Palladino of ER is 57. Richard Patrick, he is 57. He's a singer. Lenny Benito of Kevin Can Wait, 56 today. He must know Kevin really well. Leslie Stefansson of The Hunted and the General's Daughter is 54. Todd Lowe of True Blood and the Gilmore Girls is 53. Andrea Anders of Joey is 50 years old today. Who else? Kenan Thompson. He's on Saturday Night Live. He's the oldest guy on there now. And he was also on Kenan and Kel. He's 47 years old today. And we have what we have. We have Lindsay Shaw, Pretty Little Liars. That was a big show. She is 36 today. Lauren Potter was on Glee. That's a big show. She is 35 today. Local birthdays. We got local birthdays and some wedding anniversaries coming up next.
Dear employer,
my name is Phil Martin.
My name is Michael Roskovich.
Ronaldo Burr.
Zach Deiser.
I am writing to express my excitement at the opportunity to join your team.
As someone on the spectrum,
I may communicate in ways that are different from what you are used to.
I possess a unique set of skills
that sets me apart from other candidates.
Thank you for your consideration.
An autistic inclusive workplace is good for business. It's time to make a change. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/win.
Happy birthday on this Mexican Mother's Day. Brianna Silva, Janina Gonzalez, Matt Schultz, Jamie Alvarez, Jay Abadi, Kelsey Martinez, Rosa Marie Calle, Daniel Castañeda, J.W. Welsh Sr., Maria Rivera, Didi Laguna Rubio, Susie Figueroa, Desiree Perez, and Roy Wheeler. Happy birthday to you guys. A couple of wedding anniversaries. John and Teresa Robertson, Ray and Bobby Zarate. Happy anniversary to you guys.
When you have a minute, visit the KXO website, KXORadio.com. Follow us on Facebook, KXO Radio Imperial Valley. All sorts of neat things on our Facebook page. Oh, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free.
And that brings us to the World in California News headlines. They're brought to you by Imperial County Air Pollution Control District, delivering real-time updates about the air that you breathe.
CBS News Brief. 2 ceasefire deals are in the works this morning. India and Pakistan have agreed to stop firing missiles at each other after peace talks mediated by the U.S. Ukraine and its allies have come up with a 30-day ceasefire plan and are threatening Russia with massive sanctions if it doesn't comply. Here's President Zelensky heard through an interpreter.
We can together lay the foundation for peace, and I thank everybody who supports the dignified end to this war. Once again, I thank President Macron. Thank you, Keir. Thank you, Friedrich. Thank you, Donald.
The Trump administration wants to suspend habeas corpus, the right to challenge one's detention to clear the way for more deportations. Deputy White House Chief of Staff Stephen Miller.
The Constitution is clear, and that, of course, is the supreme law of the land, that the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus can be suspended in a time of invasion. So to say that's an option we're actively looking at.
CBS News Brief. I'm Michael Wallace.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California headline news. A Congressional Committee on Government Efficiency is being criticized for expanding to social issues. A hearing this week focused on transgender sports participation, and California Congressman Robert Garcia called it a waste of time.
It's been clear that DOGE is not about government efficiency. It's an attack on vulnerable people.
Catholics across Northern California are reacting positively to the election of a new pope, Robert Francis Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV, the first one from America. Father Matthew Carnes is Vice President for Mission and Ministry at Santa Clara University.
Here's someone who comes from experience living and working with the poor and the marginalized. His, going to Peru when he was a very young priest and spending time there, it gave me a sense that he's someone that understands people in their real lives and their real challenges.
A report by Professor at USC's Marshall School of Business says gas could be over $8 a gallon by the end of next year in California. Governor Newsom says the report was bankrolled by Saudi Arabia. Mike Sauceda, California 9 News.
And the World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org for real-time information about the air that you breathe.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And it is time for page one of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors, in Brawley at the Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at Imperial Valley Mall. In the Kxo newsroom, California Highway Patrol is deploying a new generation of low-profile, specially marked patrol vehicles, or SMPV. Carol Buckley has the story.
According to the Highway Patrol Commissioner, Dean Duryea, the new vehicles give officers an important advantage. They'll allow us to identify and stop drivers who are putting others at risk while still showing a professional and visible presence once enforcement action is needed. According to the Highway Patrol, aggressive lane weaving, triple-digit speeds, and road rage are deadly. The CHP described this behavior as video game-style driving. There will be 100 Dodge Durangos paired with existing high-performance vehicles that will blend into traffic just enough to observe the most reckless and dangerous behaviors without being easily detectable. The first 25 of these vehicles are being positioned in various regions across the state right now, and all 100 will be strategically placed along California's busiest high-risk roadways by June.
And there is a food drive going on right now. It's as close as your mailbox. Your U.S. Postal Service letter carrier can make it happen. He can collect your food. Today, National Association of Letter Carriers' annual community food drive is taking place. Postal workers are asking you to leave a bag of healthy, non-perishable food items near your mailbox today. Your letter carrier will do the rest and make sure your donation goes to help people in the Imperial Valley who are in need. We'll have more in just a minute.
Here's an idea. When your vehicle is just sitting there, whether it's at work or at home, and it needs service, let our mobile service come to you. Hey, this is Lauren at El Centro Motors. Whether it's batteries or brakes or tire rotation or an oil change or pretty much any need that your vehicle has, let us come to you. By utilizing our mobile service, it's easy. Just give us a phone call. We'll get your appointment set. Or if you prefer, you can visit us at one of our 3 conveniently located quick lanes for any and all of your service needs.
And El Centro, the El Centro City Council celebrated National Teacher Appreciation Week. Council recognized Dr. Tom Tackey for being Teacher of the Year at Central Union High School. Dr. Tackey is a music and health teacher at Central. He works with many of his students, artists, and athletes on various media projects, including original music recordings and podcasts of features through Spartan Sound Productions on campus. The City Council pointed out Tackey's dedication, passion, and the positive impact he has had and has made on the lives of his students. The Imperial County Board of Supervisors met Tuesday.
The board issued a number of proclamations. One declared May 2nd as Imperial Valley Peace Officers Memorial Day. Another proclaimed the week of May 4th through the 10th as National Correctional Officers and Employees Week. The week of May 4th through 10th also designated as Small Business Week in Imperial County. Another declared May as Mental Health Month, and yet another proclaimed May as Military Appreciation Month. The board approved agreements with Whole Person Care Clinic and Woman Haven for their respective Homeless Housing Assistance and Prevention Program Round 4 projects. Pathways to Stable Home and Health with funding in the amount of $575,000 and Safe Home with $300,000 in funds. These efforts support housing stability and services in Imperial County.
And page 1 of the local news has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
Goddard's Gold. What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Goddard's Gold.
And we are now ready for page 2 of the local news and the local weather, brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burger in town with daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, happy hour from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. every day. The Imperial County Humane Society wants to empty their shelters. A Bissell Pet Foundation is again underwriting adoption at the local pet shelter right now through May 15th. All adoption fees are reduced to $25. The Imperial County Humane Society has plenty of puppies, dogs, kittens, and cats available for adoption. You visit the Humane Society shelter on Pico Avenue in El Centro anytime during regular business hours to see the perfect pet. You can also view the available pets online at the Humane Society website. Again, Empty the Shelter project is underway right now through the 15th. Multiple felony charges have been filed against an Imperial County woman. Imperial County District Attorney's Office has filed charges following an investigation by the District Attorney's Public Assistance Fraud Unit. Natalia Nicole Castro is alleged to have obtained thousands of dollars of CalWorks and CalFresh benefits. Castro has been charged with multiple counts, including making more than one application for aid, using a false identity, unauthorized use of a personal identifying information belonging to another individual, and forgery not related to a financial instrument, specifically forging state-issued documents used in the benefit application process. Deputy District Attorney District Attorney George Marquez said this case highlights the importance of integrity in the public assistance programs. He said our Public Assistance Fraud Unit is committed to holding accountable those who exploit safety net systems meant to support vulnerable members of our community. And firearm, no sale. The El Centro Police responded to a report of someone trying to sell a firearm in a parking lot. Officers located the 3 men in a car in the parking lot, and after a search of the car, located a loaded Glock 19 9mm pistol inside a backpack. All 3 men were arrested and booked into Imperial County Jail on weapons charges, as well as felony and misdemeanor warrants. No other weapons were located. Got your weather coming up next.
Hungry for the best burger in town or an ice-cold beer? Did you know that Burgers & Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? Get drink specials all day like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. For May specials, try our Pineapple Martini or an ice-cold bottle of Busch Light for $3.99. May Plate of the Month is a machaca torta. And we now offer a new seasonal dessert, the Churro Ice Cream Sandwich. Burgers & Beer, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Open daily starting at 9. Burgers & Beer, for the best burger in town.
The high temperature yet today, 105 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 70. National Weather Service says the temperatures this weekend are forecast to be the hottest temperatures of the year so far. With the high pressure firmly overhead, it will allow temperatures to warm into the 100 to 108 degree range across the lower deserts. These seasonably hot temperatures will result in widespread, moderate to localized major heat risk across the lower deserts. Daily breezy conditions will develop later this morning and continue into next week as the next weather system moves into the region by the beginning of next week. This weather system will be dry, but it will bring cooler temperatures back to the region. Weather forecast calling for sunny and hot weather today. Highs 104 to 109. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies in the evening, becoming partly cloudy later on. Overnight lows 68 to 78. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies on Sunday, very hot, highs 105 to 110, southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunday night, partly cloudy skies, overnight lows around 65 to 75, west winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy on Monday, a little bit windy, not quite as warm, highs at 94 to 99, west winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. At times. And right now we are looking at 78 degrees, 32% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality still good throughout the region. Local news and weather, page 2, has been brought to you by Burgers & Beer, a place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family or meet the friends at Burgers & Beer.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
And it is now sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best of care. Starting off this morning with the playoff action, NBA first. Cavaliers beat the Pacers 126 to 104. That's the semifinal game, Game 3. Indiana leads that series 2-1. The Thunder and Nuggets went into overtime. Nuggets won that game, 113-104. It was also Game 3. Denver leads that series 2-1. The action today will be the Celtics at the Knicks. New York leads that series 2-0. And the Timberwolves take on the Warriors. That game is tied at a game apiece. That series. The NHL and the National Hockey League, Panthers and the Maple Leafs went into overtime. Panthers beat the Maple Leafs 5-4. Toronto leads that series 2-1. They're in round 2. Jets beat the Stars, shut them out 4-0. Again, round 2 series is tied at 1 game apiece. And today, the Capitals will take on the Hurricanes. That is a series tied at a game apiece. Golden Knights take on the Oilers. Edmonton leads that series 2-0. Baseball scores. We've got them coming up.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations at Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And in Major League Baseball, it was the Pirates. Pirates beat the Braves 3-2. Tigers over the Rangers 2-1. Cardinals all over the Nationals 10-0. It was the Rays over the Brewers 4-3. Mets beat the Cubs 7-2. The Phillies lost. The Guardians got them 6-0. Red Sox and the Royals went 12 innings. Kansas City won the game 2-1. It was the White Sox over the Marlins 6-2. Astros beat the Reds 3-0. Twins defeated the Giants 3-1. Padres, they got by the Rockies 13-9. They played that one at the Rocky Stadium. A lot of runs in that game. Orioles defeated the Angels 4-1. Dodgers 14-11 over the Diamondbacks. A lot of runs in that game. And it was the Blue Jays over the Mariners 6-3. Yankees all over the Athletics by a score of 10-2. And in the WNBA, they are still in their preseason. Last night it was the Sun defeating the Liberty 94-86. In the world of golf, Mackenzie Hughes and Cristobal del Solar, they share the Myrtle Beach lead. Kelly Korda, Somi Lee, Andrea Lee, they're atop the LPGA's Miss Hoo-Ho of the Americas. And Keith Mitchell held the first round lead at 3 tournaments earlier this season before falling out of the top spot. He is showing his staying power at the Truist Championship. Mitchell followed a career best round of a 3 under 67 Friday and maintained a one-shot lead after 2 rounds at Philadelphia's Cricket Club's Wishick course in Pennsylvania. Okay, then what else do we have? Carlos Alcaraz came back. He was injured, He has returned from his injury at Sabalenka, and he had won his first round. Coco Gauff also advances. So there you go. That's sports for this morning. Brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Hospital.
Tuning into the baseball game, monitoring the incoming storm, catching your favorite talk show. These are just a few of the reasons more than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio each month. And did you know AM radio is the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping us safe in dangerous times? It's reliable, free, and public safety depends on it. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And we are now ready for today's financial news and weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, locally owned company that protects you, your home, business, or construction site 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The U.S. stocks wobbled on Friday after President Trump hinted more trade deals are coming and raised the possibility of a cut to U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports ahead of talks between the two countries this weekend. Dow Jones Industrial Average raised opening gains to drop 0.3%. S&P 500 closed below the flat line, while the NASDAQ composite was little changed. All three major averages ended the week down less than 0.5%. Markets are focused on the U.S.-China trade talks in Geneva this weekend, following a rally in stocks on to Thursday as Trump unveiled the U.S.-UK trade pact. As reports flagged a potential U.S. cut to sky-high tariffs on Chinese imports, Trump said an 80% rate seems right in a post to Truth Social on Friday. We're going to take a look at your weather in just a minute.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in the Imperial Valley and Coachella Valley. The mission has always been to protect your property, whether it's your home, business, or construction site. Your satisfaction is their number one priority. Make that phone call today to protect your property by calling Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 760-970-4500. And don't forget about Southwest Postal, your one-stop shipping center. Plus, they offer you 24-hour mailbox rental located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro.
The high temperature yesterday, 105 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 70. National Weather Service says we can expect sunny and hot weather. Highs today, 104 to 109. Southeast winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, this evening, then becoming partly cloudy. Overnight lows around 68 to 79. High Sunday, sunny, partly cloudy skies. Highs right near 105 to 110. Southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunday night, partly cloudy skies. Overnight lows around 65 to 75. The winds, west winds, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, partly cloudy skies. It's going to be not as warm. Highs right near 94 to 99. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. And right now we are looking at 83 degrees, 32% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality is still good throughout the region. This financial news and weather update has been brought to you by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal Service, the only postal box service offering 24-hour a day, 365 days a year service. Southwest Postal at 4th and Heil in El Centro.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio. Let us know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile Business Advantage.
I'm Allison Keys.
I was having my coffee and I felt the house shake.
An earthquake struck the nation's southeast just after 9 a.m. Eastern. The 4.1 magnitude quake was reported in Tennessee, felt in Atlanta, and in western North Carolina. This man was surprised.
It lasted for about 5 to 10 seconds. And as I was drinking my coffee, I felt the slight rumble. And I looked over at the tissue box and I noticed that the tissues were moving.
Pakistan and India have reached a ceasefire deal after U.S. led talks to end the conflict between two nuclear powers. The first word of the truce came from President Trump. Weeks of clashes were triggered by a gun massacre of tourists that India blamed on Pakistan. India's Foreign Minister, Vikram Misri.
It was agreed between them that both sides would stop all firing and military action on land, and in the air and C.
Now to Ukraine, where leaders from 4 major European nations say they'll increase pressure on Russia if it does not agree to an unconditional 30-day ceasefire. It was the first time all 4 leaders, including France, Germany, Poland, and Britain, traveled to Kyiv together. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
It's really important that we make clear an unconditional ceasefire is a ceasefire without conditions. It is for Russia, it's for Putin to come to the table for a 30-day unconditional ceasefire, and there must be clear sanctions if he fails to do so.
Back in the U.S., a 12-year-old was shot and killed at a playground in Compton, California yesterday. CBS's Zach Boetto says the gunman is still on the loose.
It's just a small park taken up mostly by a big playground or a jungle gym. People who live right here around the park say they saw this young boy at the park all the time. They say his family lives very close by. Residents who heard the gunshots tell me they heard around 15 shots fired, then saw a dark red Camaro or Charger take off from the scene at a high rate of speed.
Pope Leo XIV is delivering his first Sunday blessing tomorrow at St. Peter's Square. CBS's Timothy McNicholas.
His mother's side of the family came from the city's 7th Ward, and both of his maternal grandparents were mixed race. CBS's Katie Weiss spoke to a local historian who traced Pope Leo's ancestry.
What does this say to you about America and the uniqueness of our culture here?
I think that this just underscores how interwoven all of our families are.
The Pope's ancestors identified as black and mulatto. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice55 and start saving today.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power Charge that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. It's 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Chargers sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
A dubious distinction for one NFL player.
Defensive end Desmond Washington made league history just by showing up at the Bucs minicamp yesterday. He's the heaviest player the league has ever had. He's officially listed at 464 pounds, though Watson says he's lost a few since his weigh-in and now clocks in at 437. That's still bigger than the record set by 410-pound Aaron Gibson 2 decades ago. Watson's teammates are impressed.
It's going to take a lot to move him. It's going to take a lot to move him, but I can't wait to go out here and see what he does for sure. I think he'll be really good.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
The Windy City is all in on Pope Leo's Chicago roots. From CBS Mornings.
The Chicago Sun-Times calls him the Pope.
It's actually the Pope.
The Pope. The Pope.
And of course, there was drama over his baseball team, but it is the White Sox, of course. Allison Keys, CBS News.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-230-2777, 800-230-2777, or biglou.com.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Gentlemen,
I would like to introduce
George Gale.
I got style, I'm cultured, I'm sophisticated.
AM 1230 KXO.
1230 KXO.